The Credential Manager lets you save credentials like usernames and passwords to help you log on to websites, network computers, and other resources automatically. Now that's nothing new, but in Windows 7 you can now back up and restore your vault where those credentials are stored. So let's check it out. We'll click the Windows Orb or Start button. Next, choose Control Panel. From here, select User Accounts and Family Safety, and here you'll find the Credential Manager. Click Credential Manager to open it up. Now there's lots of information that's going to be displayed here, such as existing credentials under a few different categories like Windows credentials, certificate-based, as well as generic credentials. You'll have links for adding new credentials in each of those categories. You'll also be able to edit existing ones if you wanted to. And there's a couple of new links, Backup Vault and Restore Vault. So let's add a brand new credential under the Windows category. Click Add a Windows Credential. And you can add your own here. I'm going to add one for myself from my home.live address, home.live.com. Notice it has to be an internet or network address. Then you'll add your own username and password, which you already know. And then once you've got those pieces of information in, the credentials, you click OK, and they're stored. They're now stored in the vault. Credential Manager uses Windows card space technology, so when credentials are saved in the Windows Vault, they can now be backed up and restored to encrypted Managed Information Card files or CRD files. So let's just think for a second about a worst case scenario. Somehow we lose everything on our computer, it's wiped clean. When we get everything restored, wouldn't it be nice if we didn't need to add all our credentials again to our Windows Vault? Well, here's where we go to Backup Vault. When we select this, we next need to choose a location. Click the Browse button to choose that location and give your backup file a name. I'm going to choose some removable media, and I'm going to call this My Vault. Notice the type of file it's going to be saved to is a CRD file. You can choose any location you like. Once you've got it in, click Save, and then click Next. Now at this point, you'll see a message saying press Ctrl-Alt-Delete to continue your backup on the secure desktop. You're going to be required to enter a password and confirm that password so that you can use that same password later on if you need to restore your vault. Once you've done that, click Finish, and you're returned to the Credential Manager. So let's close that up, which returns us back to our desktop. So just keep in mind the Credential Manager is good for any Windows application that needs credentials to access a resource like a server or a website. It's not going to help you skip the logon process for things like your Facebook or Twitter accounts. So if you use the Credential Manager, Windows 7 now lets you back up and restore your vault. It's a good option to have just in case of an emergency.